It is said that where there is good, there is also evil. Where there is light, there is also darkness. Just like that, if there are gods, there are also demons. And today, I have brought you a terrifying story about one such demon called Munjya. Recently, I watched the trailer of a new movie, Munjya, and I was really impressed. At first, I thought it was just a fictional character, but when I researched Munjya, I discovered how terrifying it actually is. This story is about Abhinav and Jai, two childhood best friends. They were born in a small town in Maharashtra and grew up in the same coastal city. But today was different. It was Abhinav's 18th birthday. Jai had planned something special for him. Just before midnight, he took Abhinav to a beach. At exactly 12 a.m., Jai wished Abhinav a happy birthday and pulled out a bottle of alcohol from his bag. Abhinav was surprised, since neither of them had ever touched alcohol before. Jai convinced him that it was part of his birthday celebration. Wanting to try something new, Abhinav agreed. They sat by the shore, drinking for a while. A little later, Jai felt the urge to use the toilet, so he walked over to a nearby tree. However, he was too drunk to notice that this wasn't just any tree. It was a peepal tree. As he relieved himself, a stone suddenly fell on his head. He looked up, but saw nothing unusual. Just then, Abhinav arrived with an empty bottle in his hand. Jokingly, he threw it towards Jai, but it hit the peepal tree instead and shattered into pieces. The moment the bottle struck the tree, a strange sound echoed, like a wild animal growling in anger. For a moment, both Abhinav and Jai stood frozen. A few seconds later, the sound stopped. But then, Jai picked up a piece of broken glass and scratched the first letters of their names, A and J, onto the tree trunk. He laughed and said, "Now, we will always remember this night." The moment he finished speaking, the tree's branches started shaking violently. Within seconds, a large branch snapped and fell directly on Jai, knocking him unconscious. The sight instantly sobered Abhinav up. He rushed to Jai, trying to wake him up. Suddenly, Abhinav heard something drop from the tree behind him. He turned around, and his heart nearly stopped. Standing there was a shadowy figure with two glowing blue eyes. He couldn't believe his eyes. It was clear that this wasn't a human, but some supernatural entity. As he tried to run, the creature attacked him, its long claws sinking into his back. Screaming in pain, Abhinav somehow managed to escape its grasp and ran away. From a distance, he saw the shadow merge into Jai's unconscious body. Moments later, Jai suddenly woke up, but something was different. He stood there motionless, his eyes glowing completely blue. As Abhinav called out his name repeatedly, Jai didn't respond. Then, he bent down, picked up a piece of broken glass, tore open his shirt, and started carving A and J onto his own chest, just like he had done on the peepal tree. By now, Abhinav was paralyzed with fear. The sun started rising, and as soon as the morning light touched Jai, he suddenly snapped back to normal. He had no memory of what had happened and was terrified to see deep wounds on his own chest. The two friends quietly returned home. The haunting continues. That evening, Jai started feeling sick. He lay in bed but couldn't sleep. The terrifying face of that creature haunted his mind. Suddenly, he heard a growling noise from his room, just like the one they had heard near the tree. Terrified, Jai shut his eyes tightly and covered his face with a blanket. After a few moments, the sound stopped, and everything went silent. Gathering some courage, Jai slowly pulled down the blanket and opened his eyes. His heartbeat nearly stopped. Hanging upside down from the ceiling was the same monstrous creature. This time, Jai saw its face clearly. It looked like a terrifying demon. Its skin was rough like a tree trunk, but its face resembled that of a young child. Before Jai could react, the demon lunged at him. Meanwhile, Abhinav was feeling uneasy. When his father asked what was wrong, Abhinav told him everything that had happened the previous night. Hearing this, his father, who was a well-respected priest, was horrified.
एक बार पीछे पड़
He
जाए
immediately
तो
understood that
पीढ़ियों
Munjya had
तक
attached
पीछा नहीं
itself to
छोड़ता।
Jai.
जब कोई
He
बच्चा
explained that
अपने
Munjya is a
मुंडन के
vengeful spirit. If a child dies between 10 to 14 days after their first head-shaving ritual, Mundan, their soul turns into a Munjya. These spirits are like angry children who reside in peepal trees. If anyone disturbs their tree, they become their victims. That night, Abhinav and his father rushed to Jai's house. But what they found there was beyond belief. Jai was dead in his bed. His face was frozen in an expression of pure terror, as if he had seen death itself before he died. Seeing this, Abhinav's father decided to take immediate action. He and Abhinav went straight to the peepal tree. There, the priest performed a ritual and repeatedly begged the Munjya for forgiveness. They continued praying until sunrise. After that day, Abhinav never saw the Munjya again, but he had lost his closest friend forever. To this day, Abhinav refuses to touch alcohol or go near a peepal tree at night.